So good, hello, and welcome back to Naomi's Scrappy DIY Retreat. I am in the middle of a couple projects, so I don't know where I am videoing wise. So I'm just going to start from the beginning, and I apologize because I forgot to show you. I forgot to show you this part of it. So I'm getting ready to finish it up. And I was like, I haven't shown them how to do this part of it yet. So I want to tell you first, these are two of the Dollar Tree, I guess they're grapevine wreaths. I forget exactly what they're called, but they're from the Dollar Tree. They're in the floral section. So that's, this is what it looks like. So what I did was I just glued these two pieces together and held it there. This part was a little tricky. If you can kind of match like grooves with holes, it would work out much better. So I just wanted to let you know that. The good part is that we are using this fabric, which right now I actually picked up a couple extras today of this. It is the infinity scarf, and like depending on which Dollar Tree you go to, they will be all over the place. Today I found them actually where the socks were. So that's what I picked up. I picked up another one of those. And what I did is I just cut, it's a 2-inch strip, and I glued it. I cut it to fit around and I glued it. So I glued it to the back, and then I wrapped it around, glued it all over the, the wreath part, and then I glued the fabric and then overlap the fabric. So I hope that makes sense. But that way you have glue on the wreath part itself and on the fabric, but then you're going to have an extra layer of fabric with glue on top. So you're actually going to have 2 layers of glue in this front section. Then what I did to make the little scarf, and I cut the scarf probably a little too short. Now that I think about it, because of how big I put this, I would probably want my scarf to be a little further down. But all I did with that is I wrapped, to make it look like a scarf that goes around the neck. I just cut, again, another 2-inch section, glued it, wrapped it, tried to glue it here and glue it here, brought it around front, and I did not tie it off. I wrapped it, and glued it. Then this right here, all I did was I cut out a strip, and then I just angled it like this and glued it down and wrapped it. And I hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And again, I apologize for not showing you this part of it. I just don't know what happened. But I thought I was going to record it, and then I'm not sure what happened. And then I just cut little fringes in the bottom of each section. So super cute, super easy. I mean, it really is easy. The longest part of it is trying to get the glue to dry. And I will tell you that gluing this fabric, and again, I just did another video where I was gluing something, and my glue is like really funky smelling. So I don't know if it's the fabric that caused the funky smell, because it was really strong when I hot glued this. I don't know. And then for this, these are just Dollar Tree picks, and honestly, I just cut stuff up and just started throwing them on. So I have 2 little, these were from, I think, the taller stems. This is a frosted from the Dollar General. You get several in a pack, and I think it was $1. But you can use the Dollar Tree, you can use smaller ones, and you can even use white and paint them yourself. That way you get a frosted look. I'm going to show you that because we're actually going to flock these a little bit just to bring out some of the color and some snowiness. And then these were just from the smaller poinsettia picks. And I believe these leaves here were from a berry pick that I had. So this is from the Dollar Tree. And I wish I could find more of them, but I can't. I have looked and looked and looked, and I regret not buying more of them. Because they had a whole bunch when I first saw them, and now I can't find them anywhere. So I'm hoping, I'm going out with a friend this weekend, so I'm hoping maybe she and I can find another pack of them. We'll see what happens. But because there's a couple still snowman projects I want to do, because I love snowmen. I love Christmas, but I love snowmen, and I love snowmen. I shouldn't say but. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this off, and again we are going to, sorry, let me get my paint out so I don't forget it. We are going to just make it look a little flocked, and all we're going to do is just dab a little paint on it. So I already have this pick, like I said, from the Dollar Tree. So just want to remove, of course, remove the tag, unless of course you want to leave the tag, but I don't think so. And then I just wanted to find a place that is going to sit flat, and because it's going to be hanging against something, you're going to want to sit it kind of crooked anyhow, because if you sit it like this, as you can see, it's going to be poking off the back. So I think I'm going to do it like right here. I'm trying to figure out the best place. I don't know, maybe right here is better. And then that kind of tips it, and then you're kind of even with the back. I'm hoping you can see this, because I can't tell if you can see it or not. And I just, when I was thinking about doing this, I was also trying to figure out another adherence method, because you're only going to have two small areas that it's going to be sitting on. So I wanted to see if there was something else I could do. And I don't know if the floral wire is going to poke through it, but I don't even have it in front of me. So I'm going to grab that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I found my floral wire and I went ahead and grabbed that. I also, the other day while I was at Dollar Tree, found these two items. They're a package of 2 for $1, and they actually pierce items. So what I did was I'm just using the smallest point to poke a hole through my cap. And again, I'm doing it so that I can add another extra security measure to make sure it's on there okay. So I poked one hole in there and then one hole right there. And you probably can't see, but I can see the holes. So my face is probably, I don't even know if my face is all up in this. So just grabbing it there, taking it to the other side, again, poking another hole. And this is totally up to you. If you're gonna have this outside, I would definitely recommend it. If you're giving it to a friend, I would recommend it. But again, it's up to you. I mean, you could just, you know, it might stay, it might not. I just want to have an extra security measure. And let me get I'm trying not to use my regular scissors to cut floral wire, even though it's only floral wire and not really tough. And these are only Dollar Tree scissors, but you know, I still want to try to protect them a little bit. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to, give me a second. And look, I can't find the holes anymore. That's good. I see the one hole. But it's funny because I can only see it from the other side. So you may have to, that's funny. You may have to poke it again because there's fabric on here, it kind of closed over. It's not really fabric. Just don't poke yourself, please. It really isn't that complicated, people, but you know, on the simplest of things, I can overcomplicate things. So I just want the ties to be out here. I'm going to do it to this side here, and then I'm going to fast forward because all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue on these two sections. I'm going to poke my wire through. So I'm going to just fast forward through all this, and hopefully you can see this as I'm doing this, and it will be mostly self-explanatory. now I'm just using the applicator brush, the makeup applicator brush found in Dollar Tree. Unfortunately, I have been looking again for this because I wanted to get my friend one because I was raving about how well it works with super glue. Yes, super glue. Oh my goodness. How well it works with the hot glue. And I haven't been able to find one, and I've been to multiple in different areas and I still can't find one. So I'm hoping that they will turn up again. But all I did was I added extra hot glue along there. I did wrap the stems and then tried to glue those down as well. And this is totally up to you if you are going to add a hanger to this or not. I mean, look at how super cute it is. Oh, you know what you want to do? You probably do not want to leave this little guy up at the top. And unfortunately, you can still see it. So I'm just trying to poke it in just a hair. And then you can barely see the little hole right there. If you want, you could put, you know, something else up there, but I think I'm gonna leave it just as it is. I like it. I like that there's two different types. This is the buffalo check, red buffalo check, and then this is just a red checkered cloth. I love those two looks together. Now, I did say we were going to try to flock this a little bit. I don't know, this is probably not the best brush, so I had this brush out first, but I'm gonna try to use this one instead. So, I guess I need some paint. And just brush. I guess I needed more paint than that. See how easy that is and what a difference, like it just totally changes the look of the piece when you flock it a little. And it's just adding some paint just to make it look like it's painted. I mean, goodness, like it's snowed on. And I'm just adding extra to Pinecone and just going to barely touch the tips. This will kind of soften down that red, but will also have the look of that it was snowed on. And I think I also want to do that up to the top where the hat is as well. Just add a little bit here and there because it's already, as you can see, it's already has some on it. But you know, it's supposed to have snowed, so it would be all over his brim of his hat, the top of the hat. You know, you just want to put it here and there because it snowed. So he's got some snow on him still. Not so much on the sides. I mean, you can, but you know, that's, again, this is me. So you do this how you want. Now the last thing you have to determine is is what kind of hanger, or if you're going to use a hanger. So I don't know if you can see him, but he is so cute. I'll take a picture at the end so you can see the full view of him. So if you have a J-hook hanger, it's definitely gonna, you know, you're not gonna have any problem. These will actually hang well on a nail. They'll also hang well on a tack. So it's totally up to you if you want some sort of hanger. I don't. So I'm just gonna actually leave it like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and be done with this one. Take a picture of it so you can see. You tell me what you think. I mean, what would you have done different, or how would you have put this together different? This is, again, this is just an idea. So you can totally do like a different color, different theme. He looks super cute without the hat. He looks super cute with the hat. I love that it's on his head, and again, that it is tilted. So give me a second and I will show you what the full view of this looks like. So isn't he super cute? This is him hanging on my wall. I know, not the best lighting, but I love this. Like, he's just so cute. I love him. Well, that's it for now. So let's get crafting on something else. So this wreath is really quick. It's pretty, well, it's not quick, it's simple. You just need the Brillo Basic cloths and a wreath form that you can, the Brillo is obviously in the cleaning stuff, and then the wreath form is with the flower form. So you want to lay the unfold long ways the pads. There's like 9 in each package. So lay it out flat and cut lengthwise on that fold that's already in that sheet. And I can't think of what they're called, so it's stumping me. And then you want to, where the pad is got a crease in the middle, you want to go ahead and cut along that as well. And sorry, it is late at night, guys, and I'm struggling with my words. And if you are with me much, you know I struggle with my words a lot. So just please bear with me. You are then just going to stack all of those 4 cut sections together, and that's it. You just want to do that with all of them. I think I used like 3 or 4 sheets. That was it. Maybe 3 sheets for this whole project, this first wreath that we're gonna do. And then you just want to cut that in sections, and you can count there how many sections I had. They were probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide, and that was what I used. So I just gathered them all together, and then I just started tying them around the wreath form. So all you want to do is you just want to take one of those strips, single strips, and pull it, just stretch it. It's very stretchy, so you can have as much stretch or as little stretch in as you want, and make the floof at the top as high or as little as you want. You just want to tie it around the top, knot it, and that's it. You can put these loops off to the side, you can put them on top. I chose to put them on top. Then for my welcome and my my snowflake, I then just painted a coat of white from the Waverly chalk paint twice. So each side got it twice. Yes, I painted it 2 times. See, there you go. And then this is just kind of me before all of this was starting up, and I think the picture is upside down, but that's okay. So after that was done, I went ahead and got ready to put the welcome sign on, and I just went along the back of the welcome sign in the areas that I knew were going to touch. So only part of the W, and then the bigger parts of the E, the L, the C, the O, the M, and only part of the E. And again, just the wider parts of that. And then I just chose where the middle was for me, and I stuck it down, and I just held it down there, and it actually is sticking really well. So then I had some a leftover piece, and I just separated the top of that fringe and took a piece, and it was probably maybe 12 inches long. I didn't really measure it. Maybe it was 10, 12 inches long, and I just tied that around the top, and when it cinched together, I just put a little dot of glue so that it wouldn't move that much, and then I just hot glued this snowflake to that wide piece that I had just put in there, and then on a couple little points of the snowflake. What I want to tell you is that if your glue is hot, it will melt, which is why if you notice, you'll see a couple of them are a little crooked. The next wreath is the same exact as the first one. You are going to just use those Brillo pads again in another wreath form. This time you're just going to be doing it a little bit different. You're going to take, again, long ways, and only long ways on the sheet that you have. You don't want to cut it any other place but long ways. And then you're just going to stack them up, and you're going to make strips out of them. And I think I did the strips like I think I just cut the strip in half. I don't think, let me see, here's the next one. Yes, I just cut it in half. So it's probably like a 2.5 inch strip. And I think I used maybe 3 for this one. You know, I used not even one pack for both wreaths. So that just tells you how far it went. So all I'm doing now is I'm just fast forwarding through this. You can see pretty clearly that I am just wrapping each strip around, and hot gluing it at the beginning and the end, and just gluing it down and wrapping, gluing it down and wrapping, gluing it down and wrapping. And this, again, this was super easy. This one was obviously much easier than the first one that we did. So I hope that you have enjoyed this, and if you've liked this one, I hope that you give it a thumbs up. And I thank you so much for just visiting my channel. And if you have done this craft, if you did any of these, and I always try to invite you guys to do this craft with me. I always try to put the materials needed down in the description and let you know during the process as well. But if you see the items in the description, then you can go ahead and make it along with me. So I always like it if you make it along with me. And then if you've made it, just let me know you've made it. Tell me what you think of the project, if what you did different, or if you did anything different. And then, you know what, let's do something fun for this. Let's put an emoji down in the description. If you enjoyed this, if you saw all of this, put a little snowflake down, a little emoji snowflake down in the description. Just if you have any comments, let me know what your comments are. I really would like to see them and see what they look like. So we're at the point now where we're going to make a bow. The $1 one that's red with the snowman is from Dollar General, and then the other one is from the Dollar Tree. And all I did was I made a simple cute little bow, and I couldn't decide how I wanted the top bow, so I tried it single and then I tried it double, and I really liked how it looked double. So when it was double, I just made a knot and went around it and just knotted it at the top and put a little bit of glue right where the hoop came around, and then that way it would also stay. So I thank you so much for joining me in this crafting adventure. And again, if you have liked this and enjoyed it, I hope that you give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody else. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you subscribe. And then just remember to hit the notification bell, because that way, whenever I post a new video, you will be notified as soon as it happens. So again, thank you so much for joining. And if you did do any of these crafts, please let me know, and put a little snowflake down there just to let me know what you think of it. And again, thank you, and hope you have a blessed day, and hope you're a blessing to someone else.